Now let's take a look at exercise 4.4.1. You have a fair, well-shuffled deck of 52 cards. You can see in the image below the text that here are 52 cards. It consists of 4 suits. The suits are clubs, diamonds, hearts, and spades. And hopefully you can see the clubs, the spades, the hearts, and the diamonds on the cards. There are 13 cards in each suit, consisting of 1, which some of you may know as ace, and then 2 through 10, and our face cards, jacks, queens, and kings of each suit. We're going to do a probability experiment where we say we're going to choose 3 cards at random. But I'm not going to tell you how the setup of the experiment is in the sense of is it with or without replacement. We're going to see if we can determine that based on our outcomes. So suppose part A, suppose you know that the picked cards are Queen of Spades, King of Hearts, and Queen of Spades. So Queen of Spades, King of Hearts, and Queen of Spades again. Can you decide if the sampling was with or without replacement? Breaking down those words again just as a reminder from what you read. With replacement means we're going to pull the first card out, look at it, see what it is, and then put it back into the deck of 52 cards. So that every time we draw a card out, we're drawing it from 52 cards. If we're talking about without replacement, in this case, we're going to pull a card out, look at it, and set it to the side out of our card deck. So when we go to pull the second card, we're pulling the second card from 51 cards because that first card has been set aside. That's the real difference between with or without replacement. We can talk about it in terms of cards, or we could consider marbles in a jar. I have 5 different colored marbles in the jar, pull one out, look at it, put it back. That's with replacement. Pull one out, look at it, set it to the side of the jar. That's without replacement. And the idea is without replacement really changes the nature of the probability experiment. It changes the probability of the events coming after that first one. So let's consider part A. We know we have the Queen of Spades, the King of Hearts, and the Queen of Spades. Did we do this with replacement or without replacement? How do you get the Queen of Spades twice if you're doing it without replacement? You can't. I can't pull the Queen of Spades out and set it to the side, and then on my third draw another Queen of Spades. There's only one Queen of Spades in that deck. So since I drew the Queen of Spades twice, this has to be with replacement. We looked at the Queen of Spades, recorded it, put it back in, and then ended up drawing it again. Now, granted, this is kind of a silly thought experiment in the terms of real life. If you are picking the cards, you are going to know whether you kept that Queen of Spades out or you put it back in. But this just gives you a good thought experiment, again, regarding what does it mean to be with replacement versus without. Can we tell from the outcomes if we're doing with replacement or without? And in part A, we definitely can tell with replacement. With replacement must be done here because we're repeating that Queen of Spades. Looking at part B, suppose you know that the picked cards are Queen of Spades, King of Hearts, and Jack of Spades. Can we decide if we did this experiment with or without replacement? So with replacement means we could get a repeat. We didn't. Without replacement means we cannot get a repeat, which we didn't. So we cannot make that decision. It could be either. We could either have with replacement and we just did not draw the same card twice, or it could be without replacement because we didn't draw the same card twice. Let's take a look at another example, 4.4.2. We still have that same deck of 52 cards. Here, part A, we pick 4 cards, but do not put any cards back into the deck. And they give us a list of cards. Queen of Spades, Ace of Diamonds, Ace of Clubs, and Queen of Diamonds. And then part B, suppose you pick 4 cards and put each card back before you pick the next card. Your cards of King of Hearts, 7 of Diamonds, 6 of Diamonds, and King of Hearts again. And so it says, which of the situations, A or B, did you sample with replacement, and which did you sample without replacement? So looking at just the nature of what's written, we do not put any cards back into the deck. This is without replacement. We are not replacing the cards. We are not replacing the cards into the deck. So part A is without replacement. Looking at part B, we put each card back before we pick the next card. That's with replacement. So B is with replacement and A is without replacement. Notice here we are given the structure of the experiment in both scenarios. So by knowing the structure, we can determine with replacement versus without replacement. And looking at exercise 4.4.2, we still have that same deck of cards. Now, suppose we sample 4 cards without replacement. Which of the following outcomes are possible? So I'm going to make a little table because it asks answer the same question for sampling with replacement. So let's do without replacement. And it just wants to know what's possible. Okay. So to note, without replacement, we cannot have repeated cards. Looking at part A, Queen of Spades, Ace of Diamonds, Ace of Clubs, and Queen of Diamonds. There's nothing repeated, so it is very likely that we pulled one out and left it to the side and pulled the next one out. But look at part B, and I'm going to write them down just so that I can write over them. King of Hearts, 7 of Diamonds, 6 of Diamonds, King of Hearts again. Oh no. We cannot repeat cards in without replacement. And so B cannot happen without replacement. And then we look at C, Queen of Spades, 7 of Diamonds, 6 of Diamonds, King of Spades. We don't have any repeats. So we absolutely could have that scenario without replacement. So without replacement, we could do A and C outcomes. With replacement, I'm going to write them down again. Queen of Spades, Ace of Diamonds, Ace of Clubs, Queen of Diamonds. If we're replacing, we can repeat, but it doesn't mean that we have to. And we didn't repeat, so this is possible. It is possible with replacement to get all different cards. For B, King of Hearts, 7 of Diamonds, 6 of Diamonds, King of Hearts. Here, again, that repeat, King of Hearts, but this is okay with replacement. We are able to get the same card later when we're drawing cards if we replace the card back into the deck. And then part D, Queen of Spades, 7 of Diamonds, 6 of Diamonds, King of Spades. Just like part A, we don't have anything that repeats in C, so that's allowable. And so with replacement, all 3 scenarios are possible.